Do we want to use the Dave Meltzer scale where it's just like five is not the limit? Do we want to give this like 12 stars? Like,
Yeah.
like all the stars,
All the stars. I mean, if this is the Tokyo Dome, it'll be a
the
7-star
Tokyo,
movie.
7 stars in the Tokyo Dome.
Dome.
I think this movie is at least a once in a decade movie, potentially a once in a generation movie. I really think people need to go out to the theaters to see this movie. They should drag their friends and family members to see it with them.
Which is almost double the last record. Which, what was it? I think I have in my notes. Deadpool and Wolverine. Well, that's a tough one for me to say with the W's and the V's. But Deadpool and Wolverine. Am I saying it right? I don't know.
Welcome to Hate to See It with Mike and Sid, the talk show where we bring you a new movie review each week. I'm Mike.
And I am Sid. It's another week.
It's another week. We're a small channel, and it would really help us out if you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment with your feedback. That will really help our channel grow, and we really appreciate that. And also to take advantage of the timestamps that we drop in the description to jump around in our videos. If you're not interested in watching the entire thing, you might want to just get right to the verdict, our final thoughts on the movie. So, yeah, we hope you take advantage of that feature if that is to your liking.
I almost forgot. So I had to ask you, Mike, do a pause. Let me say my name. But I forgot for a second. So there
I
was a little
know.
awkward pause.
I was going to give you some crap for that.
But then we got through it.
We got through it. It's been a long time since our last recording, right?
It sure has. It's quite a while.
It's been
We
like
are
10
both-
days, right?
Yeah, I can't count that far back.
I'm out of practice. I got a little color, if you noticed.
Oh, you did? Yeah, you've been gone. You were traveling.
I was on vacation in
How was that?
the sunny state of South Carolina. It was really fun. Um, there were some hiccups. My flight heading down there was delayed, so we ended up not being able to golf on the first day. We had to play 36 holes on the second day, and then we had 2 more rounds. So we got all the golf in, but on 3 days instead of 4. But then our flight coming back was canceled, so we ended up getting an extra day. There was a very unfortunate tragedy at LaGuardia Airport, and
Rest in peace.
a couple pilots died. So yes, rest in peace. It's very sad, and honestly, it shook me up a little bit because our plane was there. It was at LaGuardia.
So you were coming back to LaGuardia and then driving back to Jersey. Is that what it was?
No, not at all. So I was coming back to Newark, but the plane that I was supposed to take in Myrtle,
Oh, I got
Myrtle
you.
Beach, was flying to Myrtle from LaGuardia the night before, and they canceled all the flights out of LaGuardia.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're tired. I appreciate you powering through this. I mean, I shouldn't say that yet because we're not done. So hopefully you get through it. I'm tired because we're recording after work, but let's do our best.
I'm running on adrenaline, Sid. I'm feeling all right.
Good. So this is an exciting episode for us. I know you and I have been talking offline. I was like, let's change up the format a little, but we're not going to change it up too much, right? We're going to have the segments that people look forward to every week, but we're going to also have some new segments. We're going to really lean into our Hate to See It brand. So if you don't mind, Mike, why don't you give a quick thumbnail preview for all our viewers at home of what's coming during this episode?
Yeah, I'm going to put that up on the screen, Sid. So why don't you go through it?
All right. So obviously, let's start off with our snack segment. And then I'm not going to talk about each segment, but I think you showed the clip, right, Mike? So the viewers know what's coming.
Well, I haven't edited the video
Yes,
yet.
but you will. You'll edit it later.
I will. It will be on the screen.
All right, cool. So let's start off with our famous snack segment.
Segment.
It's a running joke.
Is it a joke, or I don't know? Maybe it's just a source of confusion.
Well, the title card, it says segment, right? Now you can't change. You can't try to.
The title card just says snacks, actually.
Does it really? Well, all right. But my preview, what does my preview say?
It says snack segment.
There you go. I did it on purpose.
Unless I change it, I could change it. You never know.
You could change it. Yep.
We'll
You would
see.
truly hate to see it.
We will see.
So I'll go first. I think
Well,
this is
well,
my.
hold on a second.
Oh, oh,
We
yes,
should. Were you gonna talk about your snacks right now?
yeah.
No.
I
Well,
mean, it is a snack segment,
I
right?
no. Well, no. This is the overview. We're gonna go through just an overview of what every segment is because
Oh no, no.
I have that on the screen right now.
Yeah, so what's up? So this is my. I know we haven't rehearsed this, but I wanted to quickly show them, show
Yeah.
the viewers, but we're not going to talk about that.
All
As we
right.
get to each segment, we'll kind of give a little breakdown of what's coming.
Okay. All right.
We'll just
That's
see.
even more work. You want me to put that little screen up every like
No,
five
just
times?
once, just once, just
Okay.
once. Now the viewers know there's new segments. They're excited, they're hyped, and now we're going to kick it off with the snack
All
segment.
right. Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Perfect. You love to see it. So can I go first?
Yes. Sorry
All
about
right. It's all good. So you and I mean, you like to rehearse. I don't like to rehearse. I like to just have some real interactions between the two of us.
that. Yeah.
But anyway, so I went with my combo that I've been probably getting the most frequently. So I went with the Reese's, well, not the Reese's, well, actually the M&M peanut butter, and I got a regular traditional Coke. So I switched it because the last few weeks you and I have been trying that new flavor, which is really good.
It is
And
good.
I still have to try the one in the is it the can or is it in the bottle?
The bottle. Yeah. The
The
bottle.
bottle. I still have to try that because you said that's even better.
Yeah. I do think it is.
So nothing's new to report, but that's what I went with this week. What about yourself, Mike?
All right, Sid. So I actually went to go see this movie while I was on vacation. So I went to a theater I've never been to before in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It was an AMC. So I was able to use my A list for myself. And this was an older theater. And I'm going to explain a little bit more of this in the trailer segment or trailer
Okay.
talk. Um, but what I learned, or what I came to learn, was that this is called an AMC Classics theater.
Mm.
There's only a certain amount of theaters like this around the country that AMC owns, and they're older theaters. So I get in there and I'm with my dad and my brother and I order some snacks and we had talked about ahead of time what we wanted. So I ordered a soda for each of us. I ordered us a big bucket of popcorn and they're always so nice when they see that it's a group of people. They always ask you or they tend to ask you, "Do you want some trays?" They give you trays so you can share the popcorn. Very, very
Yep.
considerate. So we got some trays. My brother wanted some peanut butter M&Ms, just like you like. So we
Nice.
got those as well.
Good job, Pat.
And then the girl behind the counter, she asked me, "Well, we have this combo if you just add one more candy, and it's cheaper with the combo." And I was like, "Oh, I could use a candy, sure." And I grabbed peanut M&Ms because I like peanut M&Ms.
Mm.
And I pay for everything, and I'm happy. It's not a huge deal.
But the
Uh,
popcorn's half price because you have that
well,
high price.
that's where you're on the right
Uh,
frame of mind. And then as we're sitting down, I'm distributing all the snacks and everything. I realize since I got the combo,
oh no.
I didn't get the benefit of the half price popcorn with the popcorn pass.
Oh,
So I think it was a wash basically because I think that the savings that I got on the candy probably washed out the savings from the popcorn pass.
popcorn.
But I don't think I saved any money. In any event,
Oh,
it was fine. But yeah, I thought she kind of screwed me by bringing
she
that up.
did. But at the end of the day, you got another snack.
Yeah, I got another snack. Yeah, so
Did you mix and match? Did you try some of the peanut butter and then
I
have
did
some of
not. No, I did not.
oof,
I have another little wrinkle to add to the snacks segment. This is something I have done in the
section?
past, but I have not done since we started this channel.
Okay.
Um, because we were on a golf vacation and
Drinking.
we were knocking them back. It's fair to say. So before the movies, we decided to stop at a liquor store and we got a little Jim
Ni-
Beam and we
Nice.
poured it into our Cokes and it was nice.
Oh, I wonder if this episode's going to be a little interesting. Like if you remembered everything, or
Oh, I remember everything. I have notes. It's all good.
it is fun. I know you've liked it or liked doing this, but you used to go to the theater, right, where they actually serve alcohol.
Yeah, I used to go with our friend Mike, who went to college with us. I used to go visit him because he used to live pretty close to an Alamo Draft House, which is a really cool theater. The whole kind of premise of this theater chain, it's a smaller chain. It's supposed to be for people who really like going to the movies.
Sure.
So they're really trying to discourage. people who are texting and talking on their phone and making all sorts of distractions. This is for cinephiles. And they also uh, have waiters who serve you food and drinks, including alcoholic beverages. They come right up to you. And even during the movies, they will come and serve you things. You discreetly put up a card and they come and get it and fulfill your order. And they when they bring your order, they run down the aisle and they duck and they quickly leave it in front of you. And you would think it would be distracting, but they're so quick. It's not distracting at all. They do a really good job.
I,
Unfortunately, yeah, I've heard that COVID kind of did a number on them. They have not been
oof.
doing so well since then.
I wonder if they have like a test when they try to hire new employees, if they make them run through the gauntlet to see if they can
Yeah, they have like
successfully
a
do
stop. They
that
have like a stopwatch, and you have to
stopwatch.
make a certain time. That'd be
Mm.
fun.
I don't think either you or I would survive that, but it's a good concept.
I think I'm
All
just too tall for it.
right, that's true. Good point. You are too tall. So we're
So
good with our infamous snack segment.
yeah, why don't we go on to our next segment, the traditional trailer segment, but we have a new name for it.
We
Trailer
do.
trailer talk.
It's called Trailer Talk. We were too lazy to update the title card, so we apologize. But I was talking to Mike, and I was like, you know, I always forget what trailers I see in the theater,
I
but I
always
want
take
to.
notes.
Yeah, you take notes. And AMC, you got to really add that feature back again, where after you're done seeing a movie, it tells you the trailers you've seen.
And
And
not
I was,
only that, I honestly think, I mean, there's so much more that I love a lot of what AMC does with the app. I think the app is actually pretty good.
it is, but they could prove it.
They could not only show you what trailers you saw, they could link you the trailers so you could watch them again on your phone. Why
Yeah, I
not?
think yeah, that's true. But I think they did some version of that, and it was
Yeah.
great. But now it's gone. But anyway, we're calling it Trailer Talk. So I was like, Mike, I mean, trailers come out every week, right? Why don't we just talk about trailers that actually came out online? It,
Yeah, we
it
could
doesn't,
certainly do that.
so we don't have to focus on what we saw in the theater. So that's what we're going to do. And also, what we're going to do is Mike's going to talk about one trailer. I'm going to talk about one trailer, but we're going to stick to our brand. So one of us one week will talk about a trailer that we truly hated to see. One of us will talk about a trailer that we love to see. So since we're called you hate to see it, you go first, Mike, because this week you're talking about the trailer that you hate to see.
Right. So my hate to see it trailer for this week, which I did actually see in theaters. It did play before Project Hail Mary. I had seen the trailer already, but I saw it again. And I hate to see it. I'm exaggerating a bit, but I'll just say I'm a bit concerned. I have concerns. And this is for the movie that we're going to be reviewing next week. It's the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I just said Mario, which is interesting because I never say Mario. I'm a Mario guy. I don't know why I just said Mario.
You're exhausted.
Um, but I have concerns about this movie because all of the trailers that I have seen from this movie, there's like a couple jokes that maybe slightly chuckle, but overall nothing has been. I could tell it's trying to be funny, but I don't really find it to be funny. There's a lot going on in the movie. They're introducing a lot of characters. And one of the characters they introduced, which made our friend, who we mentioned many times on the show, who was our number one fan, Steve, they are finally bringing back Wart from Super Mario Bros. 2. It's awesome that they're bringing him back. I'm not complaining about that at all. But this is a movie that's also introducing Bowser Jr., and it's a movie that's introducing Yoshi and Rosalina and all these other characters. It reminds me kind of like Spider-Man 3 when it's just like there's too many characters in the
Mm.
movie. So I am concerned about that. I am concerned that maybe it's just not going to be that funny. And it honestly feels like it is just very much trying to appeal to children. Which is fine. I mean, Nintendo, it's a children's brand, which adults love. It's truly a family product, but it feels to me like it's leaning too much into children, appealing to children of younger ages, and it's leaning too heavily into nostalgia, which the first movie did as well. But at a certain point, that just gets a little stale. So for that reason, I'm just a little bit concerned.
Which is surprising because you're pumped. I mean, you made me pumped to see this movie. I'm
There's no
taken off.
doubt. I'm very excited about the movie, but I have my concerns.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
And maybe, hopefully, they're just saving stuff, right? Maybe they don't want to reveal too much.
That could very well be the case.
But valid concerns, Mike. That was your trailer that you hate to see. Kind of shocked me. I thought you were going to pick something else. But let's move on. And well, actually, I'm not going to say this. But so my trailer is Spider-Man Brand New Day,
Which is interesting because I almost picked this one as my hate to see it trailer. But go on.
which, all right, I'll say this. I was going to try to say, I was going to pick this to be my hate to see it as well.
Okay.
But then since you picked Mario, I was like, fuck, I got to, I
Oh,
guess, talk about
you're
this.
cracking up. Oh, sorry. All
So now I
right.
have to pretend I love to see it. So
Okay.
I'll give a little positive spin. But one thing to note, this is the most watched movie trailer of all time in
Yeah.
24 hours.
Yes.
We're talking about like 731 million views,
Yeah.
which is almost double the last record, which, what was it? I think I have in my notes. Deadpool and Wolverine. Well, that's a tough one for me to say with the W's and the V's. But Deadpool and Wolverine. Am I saying it right? I don't know. But anyway,
Wolverine.
yes, it doubled. It doubled the amount of views. So people are really excited. But anyway, Brand New Day kind of has like a double meaning because it is a brand new day, but it's also a brand new, I guess, world because people don't know who Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
They've forgotten. Like, so his closest allies in his trailer don't know who he is. So I kind of like that aspect because it's going to change the whole dynamics, right? We've already seen his characters 3 movies. So this is the 4th Spider-Man movie, which is rare because there hasn't been a 4th movie in all the Spider-Man movies that have come out, right? The first one had 3, the second one had 2, so this is 4. So this is double the last one. So I'm interested to see where it's going. It seems a little bit more grounded than the other ones, I
Oh,
think,
definitely. Definitely.
which is good because you kind of want to see Spider-Man like in his element, right? Like the friendly hood neighbors. What the hell do they call that? The friendly
Friendly
neighborhoods.
neighborhood Spider-Man.
Spider. Yep. What I also like to see is they're hinting that he's like changing, right? He's
Right.
becoming. Go ahead.
Which is a repeated storyline
Is it really?
from Spider-Man 2.
Which Spider-Man?
I
Two.
believe it's the Raimi Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
It might be Spider-Man 3, but I'm pretty sure it's Spider-Man 2,
Okay.
where he briefly starts to lose his powers during the movie.
But I think of this one, he's actually gaining powers potentially.
Yeah, potentially, but in the process of gaining powers, I think he's losing powers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I like that angle. I forget the Raimi movies. I've only seen them once, so I'm interested to see where that goes. They also brought back Scorpion, who was a minor character at the end of the first one, I think.
Yeah, I barely remember him being in the first one.
Yeah, I barely remember, but I remember the actor. This guy was in Breaking
I mean,
Bad, Better Call Saul.
Scorpion is frankly kind of a minor Spider-Man villain.
Yeah, but the actor's great. I want to see, how much time he has. But obviously, there's some elements in here that like it's more than meets the eye, right? Like Punisher is kind of against Spider-Man, which is weird, right? I don't know why they'd be fighting each other. You also have a lot of like the Daredevil villains in this
Well,
movie.
the Hand is in it.
Yeah, the Hand exactly. But they claim Daredevil's not in this movie. So
Daredevil is
see,
definitely going to be in the movie.
yeah, he's definitely going to be in the movie. But at the end of the day, I'm excited. I think I'd love to see it. If 700 million people watch this trailer in the first 24 hours, people are pumped for it. So let's see where
I
it
am.
goes.
I don't understand what is in that trailer that made the numbers
Alexa,
break.
stop.
Why did it break the records for I don't understand what is so compelling about that trailer that it broke these records.
Well, it's not
Like,
because of the trailer that broke the records. I think it's just people are just hyped to see another Spider-Man, right?
yeah, and that movie did not do it in terms of satisfying that hype that I had for the movie. I mean,
The trailer you're saying?
yeah, no, it didn't. I mean, I don't know what the movie's about really. It shows a lot of different characters. It shows that Peter's
So
going
again,
through.
you don't like all the characters like the other trailer.
Yeah, I mean that
Yeah.
could be a problem.
Similar.
It could be that there's too many characters, but
It
like
could be.
what is the overall conflict in the movie?
So what they're trying to hint at is it looks like someone can control people. So that's one
Well, so
aspect.
all right. So have you been paying attention to like sort of like behind the scenes like rumors and stuff?
I have not.
So I'm not going to spoil it for you then. I'll just I'll ask you a very pointed question to see if you know what I'm talking about. There is a point in the trailer, blink and you can miss it point in the trailer that shows a female character. You cannot see her head, but this female character is wearing an all green suit. Did you remember this?
I do not.
All right, I'm not even going to bring it up then because it's a spoiler. But
Okay.
basically, um, So I'll just explain it to you without spoiling it for you. This happens in the trailer. They show this character wearing a female character wearing a green suit, but her head or face is not in the trailer. There were when the movie was shooting, there was a famous actress who was on the set of the movie
Hmm.
um, shooting, and she was wearing that outfit. So people connected the outfit from that
Okay.
to the trailer, and now people think they know who. And it's a famous actress. There was a lot of speculation on what character is she playing, and
Yep.
now people feel like they know what character she is playing.
And I think they purposely do that. I think with
Mhm.
Spider-Man
Yeah.
and any movies in general, they always try to give you some breadcrumbs to have people guessing because that gets more people watching the trailer to look out for those
And that
things.
actually, that's a good point. I mean, that could be why so many people, that's one of the reasons, certainly why so many people are watching the trailer.
But just to conclude, why I'm excited is because I think it'll be a different take. Because again, the dynamic has changed, right? The three best friends, his love of his life, they're no longer really attached, but obviously they're interacting. So hopefully it's a different movie than the other three. But I'm genuinely intrigued. I'm looking forward to it. And
I am
honestly,
too. I am too.
I think he's the best Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you there. I do think
Oof.
Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man.
No, I think this guy. But let's move on. So that's our trailer talk. Hope you folks like it. We'll stick to that formula. So next week, I'll go hate to see it. You go love to see it. Fair
Okay,
enough?
fair enough.
All right, cool. So our next segment is called the hate to see it setup. So this is the segment that we'll spend quick 60 seconds just really telling our viewers what this movie's about. So let's
And
go.
I
And
think I
what?
asked you to do it this week, right?
Yep, I'm gonna do it, Mike. So basically, it's about this bro. He wakes up. He's got no memory. He's confused. He doesn't know what's going on. It's like everyone's worst like hangover nightmare. But to make it worse, he's stuck in space. So he wakes up in space with no memory. And he's like, what the fuck? So he's trying to figure out what's going on. And to make it even worse, he realizes he's not an astronaut. So what this guy is, he's a middle school science teacher, now stuck in space, millions of light years away from Earth. And he's going to solve a problem. And he realizes soon enough that our sun has checked out, is basically dying. And I don't think it's the only sun that's dying. I think suns throughout the whole galaxy, universe, whatever you call it, they're all dying. And now he's got to somehow figure out why it's dying and save people. So now at this point, he gets introduced to an alien. And I'm going too slow, right? Because it's supposed to be 60 seconds. So let me go quicker. So he meets an alien. It's like being in school, like where you're in a study group, and you all of a sudden you're like teamed up with like the hot cheerleader who you share nothing in common with. So you got to work with this hot cheerleader to solve a problem. But if you fuck up, millions and billions of lives will be lost. So that's the premise. That's what's going on. Where an alien and a high school teacher had got to save the galaxy or the universe, whatever the proper terminology is.
Right. You did a very good job there, Sid. So just to clear it up just a little bit. Yeah, so all the suns in the galaxy are dying. Nobody knows why, but they do know that there's one star that is not dying. So they want to go there and figure out what's different about this star. So when this astronaut, the main character, well, he's not, well,
He's
technically
not
he
an
is,
astronaut.
he's not a trained astronaut, but he technically is an astronaut because they send him into space as an
Well, I
as
mean, if they put me in a basketball court, I guess technically I'm a basketball player,
I mean,
right?
that's kind of a yeah, that's a kind of a
Bad
stupid.
example.
No, it's a philosophical. It's sort of a
Okay.
philosophical question, but
Wait, wait, but wait. Actually, let's just go into our next segment, right?
um,
And just talk about. I mean, we'll
well,
expand about this.
I just want to finish clearing it up real
Okay,
quick.
go for it.
He is in a spacecraft at this star, trying to figure out what's different about this star. Maybe we could use learn something and help save our own solar system. And he finds another alien life form there who's there for the same reason. They had the same idea. He came from a different solar system,
Yep.
and they're both at this star that is not dying and trying to figure out what they can learn and how they can
Perfect.
save the universe.
Save the universe.
Save the
Scary.
cheerleader, save the world.
Yep. Scary scenario. So that's our 60-second. It probably was 2 minutes. Who knows? But really, we wanted to just do a quick setup for our review. And let's get into our next segment, which is our initial reactions. So, Mike, with this segment, yes, we're going to talk about initial reactions. We're going to also either convince or not convince our viewers why they should see this movie.
Right.
So, you kick it off, Mike.
All right, Sid. So, Project Hail Mary, this is a movie about the big stuff. This is a movie about stuff that strikes at the core of the human condition, what it means to be a human, right? And I'm talking about big concepts like impossible stakes. I'm talking about impossible decisions. I'm talking about bravery, heroism, uh, friendship, sacrifice, love. I mean, this is a movie, it's striking on all of these things, and it is making you feel the emotions that you would expect to feel when, a movie is touching on these kind of big topics.
Yeah.
And so you are feeling a whole range of emotions during this movie. You're feeling joy. You are laughing, right? You are
Yep.
scared, right? You feeling genuine terror at times in this movie. You know, it's not a horror movie, but you are. I mean, when you think about what this character is going through, how lonely he is, the solitude, how far he is from Earth, and he doesn't know what's going on, and the fate of the universe is in his hands. It's really terrifying when you think about it. And
Extremely.
yeah, so and yeah, you're feeling this whole range of emotions. I mean, this is a movie that's going to make you cry. I mean, this movie you will bring you tears of joy. I honestly think. So uh, the movie is going to make you experience all of these things, and it doesn't cheat to do this. It's not one of those movies like I mean, honestly, I like Pixar movies a lot. We or Disney movies. We reviewed one recently, but sometimes like a Disney movie could be, I think fairly criticized for kind of cheating to tug at your heartstrings. It's like Toy Story. It's like,
Yep.
oh, it's a boy giving away his favorite childhood toy, right? It's like, oh, like that's kind of cheap. Like any man is going to cry when they. This movie, it's not cheating at all. It's
No.
it's a really well written script. It's punchy, witty dialogue. It is masterful direction. It's beautiful cinematography. I mean, I think this movie is at least a once in a decade movie, potentially a once in a generation movie. I really think people uh, need to go out to the theaters to see this movie. They should drag their friends and family members to see it with them. Don't go see it at like 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. Go on a Saturday night with a packed theater on a as big a screen as possible and just experience this with other people. That's really how I feel about this movie.
No, that was wonderful, Mike. And just to go back for a second, I don't think I even said the name of the movie. You did,
I did
but
Project Hail Mary.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't think I did when I was doing my initial 60 seconds.
Whoops.
Whoops. Yep. You hate to see it.
You truly hate to see it.
And so just going a little back, so this is obviously based on a book.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. I mean, when I saw the movie at that point, I'd heard that this was a book, but growing up, I mean, I don't know when this book came out, right? It was never a book I heard about. I never heard people talk about this being an amazing book. But now, with all the publicity this movie's getting, people have raved about the book. So I'm glad to see that it looks like they did justice by the book and
Yeah.
the creator.
Yeah. So I think his name is Mike Weir. Is that right?
You know, I suck with names, but
So
we'll go with it.
I have a loose understanding of what happened. He was the author of the book The Martian, which became a movie with Matt Damon that was very
Yep.
successful.
Great
And
movie.
and I think basically what happened is he went on the fast track. Like he was became the it guy. Like Hollywood was like, whatever book you write next, we're making a movie. So I think when he started writing this movie, they started making it into a movie almost at the same time.
Oh, so it's not an old book. It's fairly
It's a new book. Yeah, it's only
okay.
it was published maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh wow, I didn't realize it was that.
Yeah,
And maybe
it's
you're wrong, but it's
no,
either way.
I'm not if I'm wrong, like someone could correct me. I'm sure someone could correct me, but I'm not like way off. Like
Okay.
that's like generally the case.
Yeah, but like you said, Mike, me watching this movie, it really toyed with me with all the different emotions, right? You really go through the
Yeah,
gauntlet.
you go through the gauntlet with this movie.
And because it's high stakes, you feel those stakes, right?
Can the stakes be higher?
No, it's not just our galaxy or universe, whatever the hell. What is it, Mike? Can you just correct me for a second? Is this are they trying to say the galaxies or the universe? Is that the same thing?
I think at least we know it's the galaxy, right? I don't
All
know,
right.
or it might be multiple galaxies, but yeah, I think we could safely say it's the galaxy.
Yeah, so there's a lot at stake.
Yeah. Um. So, anything to add with your initial thoughts?
No, it really lived up to my hype,
It was
right?
a,
Like,
it was a, we've been talking about this movie since we revived this channel, right? Like, I think since
oh
the first
yes,
episode, we've been consistently talking about this movie.
good point. I mean, the trailer's been going has been shown for a long time.
It's been shown for a long time. We've seen multiple iterations of the trailer, and
Yep. And
the
the two directors, right? They're famous directors that we've talked about before.
yeah, they did the 21 Jump Street, right?
Yep.
They
But
did the Lego movie, and they produced the Spider-Verse movies. And I learned that they didn't direct the Spider-Verse movies, but they produced them, and one of them wrote the script.
okay.
So, I mean, they're very talented.
And they were attached to Star Wars at some point, right?
Yeah, I think they were. I think they were attached to the Solo movie,
Yep.
which honestly, maybe it would have been a better movie if they stayed with it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
because they got rid of them, right?
yeah. Because the rumor was, or what it was reported that they were just taking too long to make the movie.
So I'm kind of glad because not glad that they got kicked off. They got redeemed. They got to do their space
I
movie.
mean, yeah, they totally got redeemed.
So should we go to our next segment?
Yeah, why don't we go to the next segment? Before we move on to the next segment, it just occurs to me I forgot to mention something during trailer talk. I didn't really know where to fit this in, but I think trailer talk is probably the best place. I should have mentioned it. When I went to see this movie in South Carolina, um, at the end of the trailers, they start showing some commercials before the movie. One of the commercials they showed was for AMC A-List. But this was a little different. They call it AMC A-List Classic,
Because it's
and
a classic theater.
I guess so. Yeah, yes, because it is a classic theater. Because I did some research
But before
afterwards.
you can say that, so is a classic just basically mean like it's a shitty old theater? We don't want to invest money into it, so we're just gonna brand it as a classic.
That honestly, that is from my research. You are exactly correct. Basically, AMC, there were certain theater chains that they acquired because they have acquired a lot of theater chains over the years
Yeah.
that are older theaters, and they just decided not to upgrade them. So the tickets at this theater were cheap. I didn't have to pay anything because I have A-list. It was $18 total for my brother and my dad.
Oh wow.
And it was not a matinee. It was in the later afternoon. So the tickets were cheap. You don't get to pick your seat. You buy your seat ahead of. You can buy your tickets ahead of time, but it's just you pick whatever you sit wherever you sit. Like
Also, it's really old school.
it's old school. The seats were comfortable. They were sort of like sort of I don't know. They were cushioned like sort of you could rock back. They were sort of like rocking chairs, but you couldn't fully recline. I had no
Ugh.
problems with the seats. The screen was kind of small. I wish the scene was bigger. The screen was bigger. I wish the speakers were louder and more immersive. I'm gonna see this movie again this weekend on a Dolby screen, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. But it was fine, but it was a little outdated. But in any event, so they air this commercial for AMC A-List Classic. I've never heard of A-List Classic. Have you ever heard of A-List
No, I
Classic?
have not.
Well, apparently, it's something that they only offer at theaters that they have designated as classic theaters. And I looked it up. You can go on their website and find all the theaters. None of them are in New Jersey. They are all over the country. I imagine there are probably some in California because California is such a big state. I don't remember if there's any near you. I didn't, but there's like I don't know. I think it's less than 100. It's not a ton of theaters, but these are basically budget theaters. And at these theaters, they offer A-List Classic. It's 14.99 a month,
Oh wow, that's a great deal.
but you can only see one movie a week. You can't see four movies a week. You can see one movie a week. And which, is actually kind of a good deal. I mean, I would probably if I were going to save 12
Oh,
bucks a
it's actually a
month,
great deal. Yeah.
right? Right. If I would do that instead of paying 27 bucks a month, I would downgrade to classic if I had the opportunity.
Yeah, it's actually a great deal because if I mean we see what four movies a month
Yeah, we
usually.
do. Yeah, yeah. You
So it's not like
sometimes see a little bit more, but
yeah, but it's not like we're seeing 4 movies a week.
right.
But I guess the drawback is you get a shittier classic
Yeah,
theater.
it's not it's not a modern theater. It doesn't have the modern
I just don't like
Dolby.
you. I don't like you can't reserve seats. That's what bothers
Yeah,
me.
you can't reserve seats. You don't get the full reclining seats like where you can kick up your legs all the
Mm,
way, and the screen is smaller. And you don't have the the loud Dolby speakers, but it's a pretty good deal. So
no, it's a good
I had
deal.
never heard of that, and I thought it was interesting, and I thought I would bring it up and you know
Okay,
yeah, if maybe some people who are watching this, maybe that's available to you.
go for it. Check it out. Check out the classics. All right, Mike. Let's go into a new segment. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. So this one, I had the premise behind it, but it was tough coming up with the name. We had to use AI to come up with different versions, but I think you finally the one who came up with this name.
Yeah, I
It's called.
did.
It's a good job. It's called.
I think honestly, our AI, you talk to an AI, right? And
Yes.
we have a bit of a contentious relationship. Do you have a name?
Yes.
Do you have a name for this AI?
Well, I asked it, "What do you want to be called?" And it said Alex.
Right? And he doesn't like me very much. I don't like Alex very much. And he came up some, you had shown me a few ideas that he had come up with. I didn't think they were good.
Oh,
And
I
then
thought they were great, actually.
I didn't think they were good. And then I came up with this idea, which is a very simple idea, but you like it, right?
The name?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love the name.
Yeah,
But he
it's
came up with the segment.
the idea. He came up with the concept, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's
But
good.
the name is
The name is good.
the
The
name
name
I
is
came
awesome.
up with is better than what he
So,
came up with.
of course. So what is the name?
We're calling it Hate to See It and Love to See It. So the first segment, the one that we're doing right now, is Hate to See It. It's like a noun. It's like if you ever go to the grocery store, you get some snacks, you get some Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its. Yep.
It's hate to see it, but we're not going to use a Z. We're just going to use an S. But we're taking hate to see it, and we're making it a plural noun. So it's hate to see it. Basically, these are elements of the movie that we hated to see.
Well said, Mike. That was perfect. And so let's kick it off. You want to go first? What did you hate to see? What did you hate to see from this movie?
Not much. I mean, it's kind of hard to come up with stuff for this movie. And actually,
And just to go back, so people are going to ask, why are you going with hate first? Because we're called hate to see it.
we're
So
called
we're
hate
hate
to
to
see
see.
it. And
So we're going to
also,
go.
the I think we should mention prior to this segment of our show, we are non-spoiler, right?
Yes,
From this point forward, we are spoilers,
we are.
except for the verdict. I think we should not have any spoilers in our verdict.
Okay.
Does that sound fair to you?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
All
Good
right.
point.
So there's a chance that there's going to be spoilers.
Well, there
And
is going to be spoilers.
I have mine have
Yeah,
spoilers. So my first one is this is a spoils the end of the movie. All right.
let's go for it.
At the end of the movie, Grace, the character Ryland Grace, played by Ryan Gosling, he goes back to save Rocky, um, uh, because they figure out how to save the galaxy. They go their separate ways. Grace goes back to Earth. Rocky goes back to his home planet of Erid, but something goes wrong on their return journey, and Grace realizes that Rocky is going to die unless he goes back to him to save him.
And he's going to die really bad. It's going to be like
Yeah.
torture.
And Grace, he realizes if he goes back to save Rocky, Grace is going to die because he's not going to have any food. He's not going to be able to get back to Earth. And he decides he's going to, because they have become friends at this point, right? They've
They
become
have.
brothers, essentially. So he's going to go back to save him. And he does. And uh, the movie skips a lot at this point. We don't know exactly what happens, but what it shows us is that Grace is successful in saving Rocky, and they get back to Rocky's home planet, which is called Erid. And they on Erid, they create this kind of I don't know what would you call it? Maybe a biosphere, like
Yeah, like a biodome.
a biodome, a habitat for Grace to survive in, because the planet is not habitable for humans,
No, it's
right?
not conducive.
Um, and so and they use these big screens to show things to make it look like he's living on Earth, right? And they
Correct.
had shown this prior in the movie, like it looks like he's living on a beach, right?
Yeah, because in the spaceship they had the same thing, so astronauts don't get homesick. They can view whatever they want to be in. So
Right.
Rocky is like, let me hook you up. You like that, so I'm going to create that for you here.
So I like that. That's great.
Yeah, it was touching.
I think they should have shown what the actual planet of Erid looked like. We didn't, did we? Unless I'm mistaken, I don't think we really got to see.
No,
We
we
didn't.
didn't get to see
We didn't
much.
get to see what the planet looked like. I think they should have shown us.
That's a good point you make, and I wonder if it's because they're going to do a sequel potential one day. But you know, I was really curious the whole time. I'm like, all right, now we get to go see this planet we've never seen in our lives. Obviously, it's a fake planet, right? So like, I was really curious about it, but they really don't show us that aspect.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a very minor gripe, but
It's a
it's,
great.
it's what I could, you know, it's what I could come up with.
So Mike, so I don't know if you caught this. I'm sure you did. So that biodome he's living in
Yeah.
is kind of the reverse of what Rocky was living in when they were in space, right? Because Rocky was also in a dome to protect himself when he was in the spaceship. So the roles are kind of reversed if you think about it.
I didn't pick up on that, but yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it makes sense.
So one thing I found out through TikTok. So in the book, they expand on that a little more. So think about it. What do you think Grace ate in this new planet?
Well, I was wondering that too.
Do you know
Um,
the answer?
I do not know the answer.
So hopefully it's true. He was eating himself. So let me expand on that. So obviously, this planet has nothing that they can make to feed Grace, and you need food to survive. And
Right.
then throughout the movie, they kind of hint that Grace's like stock of food is going to run out. So basically, the aliens they clone him apparently, and they keep cloning
No,
him.
no, you
No, I'm
shut.
serious. I'm not bullshitting.
No fucking
No, I'm
way.
serious. So they basically clone him so he can eat himself in a way. So he's basically eating Grace burgers.
But they're not like it's maybe like his arm or his leg, that leg or something, like his own body parts. Like,
I don't know
are you sure
exactly.
about this?
I think so.
But all right. So he has all
So
this.
he's eating Grace burgers.
I don't believe this. I don't believe this. This is bullshit. I don't believe this at
You got to
all.
look it up later. But it kind of makes sense why they didn't show it in the movie, right? Because I don't think
Is that actually in the book? Is that in the book?
apparently that's what TikTok
What?
says. Yes.
Oh, that's so messed up.
So I don't go off the rails, but also I'm kind of thinking about this. So the ending, the movie ends, and actually, I don't know if I like this or
Are you
hated
gonna
it.
give a hate to see it, or are
Yeah,
you?
I will. But I really like what you're talking about, Mike.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
but with the way the movie ends is basically back to teaching, right? So
Yes.
he's teaching the other aliens.
This is a major spoiler, by the
It
way.
is a lot of spoilers, but basically, I think he's teaching them about Earth.
Yeah, well, I think some of it is kind of like it could just apply to because I think the student he asked like what's the speed of light, right?
Yeah,
That just applies to the,
but
everyone.
yeah, it does. But they can make this into the sequel into a horror movie. What if all these aliens? What if you have a bad alien who's like, you know what? We know so much about Earth now because of Grace. Let's go attack Earth. So like they could really flip the
There's a
script.
lot they could do. There's a lot.
That there is. So
So,
go ahead.
well, what I have heard is that the author is interested in writing a sequel, but he just doesn't have the idea yet.
Okay. Well, hopefully it gets there. There's a lot of ways to go. So one thing I hated, another pivotal scene. So at some point, it looks like they finally succeeded, right? They got the thing that they need to kill this virus, whatever the thing is, that's eating the sun. So they finally succeeded, but something goes wrong. The spaceship, I think, is going to explode. Grace passes out because he hits his head really hard.
Yep.
And then basically, Rocky sacrifices himself to save
Correct.
Grace.
Correct.
So basically, he comes out of his dome. And I don't know if it's blood, whatever the hell it is, it's like squirting out. Rocky's in really bad shape. He's going to die.
Yep.
Now, what I didn't like is, if someone goes through a tragic thing, you have to do something for them to recover, right? You have to perform surgery or something. But basically, all he does is like lets him sleep it off. He just puts him in his bed or whatever and just like waits forever for him to kind of like magically heal. I don't get that.
I was wondering about that as well. I I think it's probably something that was better in the book than the movie.
Yeah, so I think they kind of skipped it, but to me, I kind of hated to see that part. Like, I
I,
wanted to know more. Like, how did he get better? You don't just. It's not like he went on a bender, drank all night, and just slept it off.
I was thinking about that too. So that's totally fair. Yeah, I agree with you there.
Anything else you hated, Mike?
So this is something that I initially, I guess, hated, but now I've thought about it more, and I don't think it's a hate to see it, but I'm still kind of on the fence about, and I'm curious. I'll just bring it up now.
Yeah, bring
Um,
it up.
I'm
Unless we
curious.
need a medium, like I don't hate, but I love to see it section.
I think it's worth discussing for
Let's
sure.
go.
Um, I mean, we find out towards the end of the movie that um, Ryland Grace, he was not the first choice to go on this Project Hail Mary mission, and the first choice dies in like a I guess like some kind of training
Yep,
exercise, and he's a school teacher. We said in your 60-second setup he's a school teacher, right?
yep. Science
But
school
but
teacher.
he is a highly trained um, scientist. I think his specialty is microbiology.
Correct.
He's got a PhD, and basically the way the movie tells the story is early in his career, he kind of ruffled some feathers,
Yes,
and it kind of derailed his career. So he got cast off. He's a persona non grata in his field, and
field,
he's a middle school teacher. But he is the movie does make it clear he is highly intelligent, highly qualified.
but he doesn't get along with people,
He doesn't get along with certain people.
which is important. Which is really important because the whole story is he has to get along with someone that he doesn't even know.
Yes, he can't even speak the same
Same
languages. He's not
language.
even the same species as. Um, so um, he uh, um, once this person dies, I told what did I tell you the name of the? There's this female character who's like this
Stat,
main Strat.
strat.
So she's the one who's responsible for. She's like the Oppenheimer of Project Hail Mary.
Yes,
She's responsible for the whole organizational aspect of the project. And so she says, like, you're the one, now that this guy's dead, you're the one who's been here the longest. You're the
yep,
most qualified to be, he's going to be the scientist on the mission.
yep. You have to
They
go.
need a scientist. And she says he has a certain amount of time to think about it. And he comes back to her and says, I've thought about it. I'm not going to go.
Which
And
is a big reveal.
and she says to him, I'm not trying to convince you. I'm telling you, like, you're going. This is what's going to
Yeah,
happen. And they force him to go. They knock him unconscious and put him into hibernation and put him on this spacecraft and launch him light years away. And they send him on this mission against his will.
they do.
And so that was initially kind of my hate to see it because I'm trying to think when this was happening. What's the reason for this? What plot wise, like
Yeah.
why is this in the movie? And I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's because this would explain why at that pivotal point in the movie when after Rocky and Grace had gone their separate ways, they're both returning to their home planet.
Hmm.
And then Grace realizes that Rocky is going to die unless he goes to save him. Maybe the purpose of that, and it aligns with the timing of when we find out about this in the movie. Maybe the purpose of that was to explain why Grace would choose to go save Rocky
Mm,
rather than go home to Earth because they screwed him. He was screwed.
he was. That's a
But
really valid point.
but I was just thinking the whole relationship between Grace and Rocky, that's not necessary because Rocky already saved Grace's life. They're best friends. They've probably spent years together at this point. We didn't need that. We didn't need that to establish a reason for why Grace would go save Rocky. It wasn't necessary. But then as I was thinking about it, there's this scene in the movie where when Grace is asked in the flashbacks, asked to go on this mission with two astronauts, right? And one
Yep.
of them is played by this Asian actor who played Miles on Lost. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember.
Of course, he's a great actor. He's in
And
a famous show right
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. So he asks him basically, how do you be brave? and the actor, I forget the exact line. I'm just gonna paraphrase. It's like you have to find someone to be brave for, right?
Yes.
And Miles doesn't have anyone to be, oh, not Miles. Grace doesn't
Grace.
have anyone to be brave for. He's not married.
Nope.
He doesn't have any kids, right? So he
You
doesn't
could say
have
his students. His students could be someone, right?
maybe. But I think with that, the whole plot device of him being forced to go there, I think what it kind of shows is he grows, and now he has Rocky to be brave for.
Yes.
So I think that might have been the purpose of that. And
I
if
think
that
so.
if that's what it was, then I think actually it's not a hate to see it. So I just wanted to bring that up. I just
So
wanted to talk that out with you.
yeah, no, I'm glad you brought that up because that's also a reason why I loved and what I hated. So let me talk about the aspect I hated about that.
Hmm.
So I don't think they established a lot of and there's not enough time. But that character that died, like they didn't really establish a lot of stake about that character. Like I completely forgot. I just assumed it was the Asian guy and the
Hmm.
girl who was in the AT&T commercials, right?
Yes.
I thought those are the only two people going to space. That third person, like they
Who?
barely
Who's the third person?
the one that dies in an accident. We were just talking about
What?
the scientist, the
Oh,
scientist.
oh, oh,
That,
oh, okay, okay. I got you.
so
I got you. I got you. I'm
what I'm
sorry.
trying to say is I hated the thing about the scientist because at no point did I like was I thinking like, wait a second, who's the third person? Like I just assumed Grace was the third person.
Right.
The whole time I'm like, oh, I guess he's the third person.
He's the backup.
Yeah, but I didn't realize he's the backup because they
Hmm.
didn't really do a good job of expanding on that third character. That kind of pissed me off. So I was a little bit upset about that. I needed some more backstory, some more stake. Like, oh my god, they killed him off. Like, because that was a
Well,
big deal.
well, the whole point of it, I think it was supposed to be a twist, right?
Yeah, but it would have been bigger to us if I liked the character.
But but the thing is, we know from the beginning of the movie that Grace is in space, right?
Yes, you do know that. So that's
So
a part I do like.
if we know about the character, the other character, then I mean, then you can't have that twist.
I think you can. I think if there was more time, they could just. For me personally, I didn't like it, Mike.
Okay. All right.
So, but what I did like. So, are we done with this segment, or should we? Is there anything else you didn't like?
That's it for me.
So I'm just like we're saying, this is such a great movie, Mike. It's really hard to pick what we didn't like. So we're kind of like we're trying to grasp at straws
And it's
here.
a movie it really kind of demands rewatch as well, right?
It does for sure. But let's get into our love to see it. So let me start first because I wanted to talk about what I really loved was like kind of the not the twist, but when the movie kicks off, again, when I mentioned in our initial thing, he has no clue why he's there, right? So that was a
Right.
surprise to me
Yeah.
because with all the trailers, I'm like, I know they're going to kind of like tell him to go to space. He has to go to space. So I'm expecting. I'm like, why does he not know about this? Like, what the hell's going on? Like, did something happen while he was sleeping that caused him amnesia, whatever the word is?
Yeah.
So that kind of like threw me off. But I thought it was a great the way they led up to it. Right? They had this thing that's in the back of your mind. Like, why did he forget? Eventually, you forget about that. You don't even think about why he forgot. But then they tie it together. They go with all the backstory. They go with the accident that happens, and then they go with the big reveal where she kind of forces him to go, which is a very pivotal scene because it's like really heartbreaking, right?
It
Um,
was.
because you could tell she was a kind of a cold character, right? But I didn't think she'd go with to this level of like drugging him and forcing him to go to space, like
I
that
didn't
kind of like.
either. I didn't either.
But I really love that. I really love the whole backstory, the whole the word I'm using use like the what's the word? The whole rationale behind why he goes to space or the secret, not the secret, but like the conspiracy. Is that the word? I don't know what the word is, Mike. Um, the
The
whole the
well,
whole reason why he didn't remember.
yeah. Well, I mean, the reason I think it was because he had amnesia from
It
just going
was,
going into hibernation, right?
but they forced him. It wasn't like a proper like. All right, now you're gonna go to Cairo sleep, right?
I think they did explain that because they did it that way that made him have amnesia.
Yes, yes. But I'm saying it was a whole mystery. I like the whole mystery of
Yeah,
how like
no, no, yeah, it was good. Yeah.
yeah. Well, so
Okay.
what did you love, Mike?
Rocky. I loved Rocky. I think Rocky is one of the all-time great alien characters in the history of cinema.
I concur.
I mean, a few years ago we were introduced to Grogu, right? Baby Yoda,
Yep,
great character.
phenomenal.
I mean, but I'm thinking all the way back to like E.T. Like this movie actually reminded me of E.T. in a lot of ways. This is the most lovable alien we've ever had in a movie since E.T. I mean, he's such a great character, right? He's
Sure.
compassionate, he's heroic, he's so funny. There are so many funny lines. The character is played by a puppeteer. Did you know that?
Yes, I found out about
He's
that.
actually a puppet, just like Yoda, just like
Yep.
Grogu. And oh man, one of the funniest lines in the movie, which I found out was actually ad-libbed. It's not in the script because Ryan Gosling, one day of shooting, he brought his friend to watch shooting, and his friend's name is Mark. And they're shooting the scene where they're talking about their spouses or their significant others. And Rocky talks about how he's been with his wife for like over 100 years or something. They
Yeah, long time.
apparently lived for a very long time. And and Grace says he was with somebody, but she left him for this guy named Mark.
Yeah.
And then Rocky says, Rocky hate Mark.
Rocky Mark.
That's just great. I mean, it's just so many. The other funny scene is like when they want to know how each other eats food, and and Grace is like eating, obviously putting food in his mouth, and Rocky's like, disgust, disgust. Like, how do you eat food? He shoves
And
it
which
up his
was
shoves it
ass.
up his ass.
Yeah, which is even more
It's like
disgusting.
beautiful. It's like Rocky's like beautiful. So
Yeah.
funny.
No, I mean, what I love about the movie was that interaction.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, there's too many. It's just, there's gonna be so many quotes that come out of this movie. So, I
Oh,
mean,
for sure.
Rocky, I mean, that's my love to see it.
Yeah, and they're obviously talking about the Rocky franchise. So in our text exchange with Steve, and he didn't understand because he hasn't seen the movie. I was like, "This is a sequel to one of Steve's favorite franchises, which is the Rocky franchise, right?"
And
So,
yeah, well, there's some great Rocky references in this movie, and we're in the spoiler section, so we might as well talk about them.
yep. So what was his girlfriend's name? They called him.
Adrian!
Yep. So that was a good reference. Any other references you mentioned from Rocky that you
Well,
want to talk about?
at one point in the movie, Grace shows Rocky a few scenes from the Rocky franchise.
Yep.
And after well, part of the movie is they have to learn how to communicate with each other. They have to come up with a common language. So when Rocky tells Grace that he has a wife, um, Rocky says, in his own language what the name is, what her name is, and,
Yeah.
and, and Grace says, let's call her Adrian, right?
Yep. That
And
was
then
really
and,
well
and
done.
they end up naming the planet Adrian.
They do.
Yep.
So I wonder. I'm assuming the author of the book was a huge Rocky fan. Yeah, I mean, you had to be,
Has
right?
to be, right?
Yeah. So that was great.
And this
But
year
really,
is the 50th anniversary of Rocky, so that's very fitting.
oh, I wonder if they must have a AMC showing, right, for the 50th
I hope
anniversary.
so. I would love to review it.
Maybe we can have Steve on that review
Yeah, we should.
because he loves that franchise. But really, again, with Rocky, it was kind of like Grace was raising a kid in a sense, like teaching him along the way. He's a teacher, so they're working together again. I just love that whole interaction. I think him being a science teacher at school really helped develop their strong bond with each other because it kind of I think he leaned into that. I mean, without that, like this mission may have not succeeded, right? If you had a real scientist who had
Yeah.
to interact with a fucking alien, I think things would have not turned out the way they did in this movie. So I think it was the right choice.
Why send school teacher into space?
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, he does. Rocky says that,
Rocky says something like that, right?
which is a great comment.
Yeah.
But also it makes sense. That's the whole purpose of the story, right? You
Hmm.
needed that relationship. You needed because again, like I said earlier, it's like working in a student project with a cheerleader. Like you're completely opposites, and a lot of times those things don't work out. Those projects fail because you guys can't relate. But they were able to find a common bond, work together, develop a language to speak with each other. It was really beautiful, Mike.
It was,
And I
yeah, it was amazing.
and and
Amaze, amaze.
Amaze. And you know what? I think we're going to talk about this in our next segment, but I'll say it here. You can't really replace Ryan Gosling, right? I think he's got a
Well,
really,
I was gonna say if my other love to see it was gonna be just Ryan Gosling's performance in this movie.
yeah, phenomenal. I think his Well, you agree, right? Yeah, obviously you agree.
100% agree.
Yeah.
I hope he wins the. I really hope he wins the Oscar for
I
this.
mean, he's gonna be one of the favorites for sure.
I mean, it's just such a tremendous performance. The character that he is playing is Ryland Grace. Um, he have you ever heard of Dr. Hibbert syndrome?
No.
So Dr. Hibbert is this character on The Simpsons. He's a doctor. And he always laughs when he gives his patients bad news. It's like you have cancer, like ho ho ho. It's like he laughs at inappropriate moments. And that's not exactly what this is like, but Grace, he he kind of diffuses like tense, uncomfortable situations with humor. Like he tells jokes like kind of like at
Mm.
inappropriate times. And I think Ryan Gosling just really pulls it off.
Oh, he does. He's got a quality that's different than a lot of different actors.
Yeah, I
He
just
feels really personable. He feels like a real one.
I think he was, and we're gonna get into this with I think the casting what if section,
Yes.
but I think he was born to play this role.
Let's get right into it, Mike. Let's get into the casting.
Okay,
Right? I mean, was there anything? I think we'll talk about in our verdict more things that we loved and hated. Not a lot of hating, but let's
so
do
this is
it.
another new segment, casting what ifs, and we sort of did it. We tested it last week
We did.
with our Ninja Turtles review, and we just had so much fun doing that we figured we would make it a regular segment. Casting what ifs. Who would we recast? Like right? Like what characters
Yep.
would we like to be played by different actors? And I have to be honest, I wouldn't change the casting. I would not.
No, you wouldn't. But we're gonna play this exercise. We're gonna have a
Um,
little fun with it. And just one thing, a caveat: let's try not to use anyone from the Avenger franchise.
okay, well, I that's great because I don't have anyone from the Avenger
Good.
franchise. Although, I will just start this off because I think it'll be interesting for conversation. I was originally thinking someone who was a wannabe, someone who wants to be an Avenger, someone
Okay.
who might be an Avenger in Doomsday. Um,
Who should we cast first?
I think Grace. I think
Okay,
Riley. So
let's go for it.
this character is not an Avenger, but he auditioned to be an Avenger in a recent movie.
Okay, who is it?
Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, interesting.
This is not my choice, but this was the first person who came to mind because I do think um, he has this aspect where he makes jokes about like serious situations. Like he kind of deflects that way,
Yep,
but I think he goes too over the top with
he
it.
does.
So I would want to see if Ryan Reynolds could just dial it back. I could see him doing this movie. I could see it. I'm just not sure. I'm just not confident that he could pull it off. So that's not my choice.
Okay, but back to Ryan Reynolds. If you were to pull it off,
Yeah.
like I could see him win the freaking Oscar for this.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like Ryan Reynolds. I think he's a good actor. I don't know. I could
My
see
thing
him
is, I
doing it.
can't see him being a teacher, right? I can't see him,
Right, right.
but I get where you're coming from. But
And
who's your
that's actually
choice?
why I went to my choice, my
Okay,
actual choice, who I could see being a teacher.
who's that?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
No way, that's who I picked.
No fucking way.
Yes,
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
You're
It's in my
kidding.
notes.
You're
No, I'm
fucking
serious.
kidding. You picked the
No,
same person as me?
I did.
Oh,
Oh wow,
I think he could have done this role. I do
I
think
think so too.
I'm not sure he could have done it better than Ryan Gosling, but I think he could have pulled it off. I think he would have done a good job.
Because he's also got like Ryan Gosling, even though he's a big rock star, they're kind of both like they're not that like kind of like assholey um dickhead like rock star actors, right? Like they seem very personable, like especially JGL. He's like a very seems like a very down to earth person.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like the fame has gone to his head. Maybe I'm wrong, but he just seems like a really cool, relatable person that again, fame is not above him. So I think he could be a school teacher because when I'm looking at this role, I'm like, you need someone that could convince me they'd be good with kids. And I think he'd be great for kids. And I think he'd be great at interacting with Rocky.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy, but that's good that we both picked them.
Yeah, and the other character I wanted to maybe talk about.
Well, before that, I had a second person.
Okay.
Give me your thoughts. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that's a fair choice.
Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Who's the other character you wanted to?
Strat is that what her name is? Strat?
Yes, Strat. According to you.
Okay, so this is. Did you think about an actress for her?
Not for her. I did Rocky actually,
Oh,
but
okay. All right. Okay. So I'm curious what you think about this because I have someone in mind for Strat.
okay, go for it.
Rhea Seehorn.
Oh. from Saul and obviously her new show Pluribus.
Yes,
Oh, I could see that because she
because
can
she
play.
kind of this cold character, right?
She is cold. That's a good one, Mike.
I think she could do that role.
She could.
Yeah,
She's a like because even like I think there was some sexual tension between the two.
a little
There
bit.
was, right? A little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
I heard in the book there wasn't as much, but also I could see that with Rhea, is that how you
I
pronounce
don't
her
know if
name?
you say Rhea, but you might say It might be
Yeah.
Rhea. Yeah.
But I could see her portraying that a little bit, but also at the same time, I could see her like backstabbing you and going to
Yes,
that next level.
exactly, exactly.
So
So
that's a good choice.
yeah, okay, cool.
And she's in that sci-fi world now with her Polaris show.
Yep.
So this one's a tough one. Actually, not that tough, in my opinion, but Rocky.
Hmm.
So originally you had mentioned that it was a puppeteer that voiced him.
Well, I think it was a puppeteer who performed him. Like
No,
he's,
correct. It was. It was a
but I don't
puppeteer.
know. The voice just sounds like kind of like electronic. I don't know how they created the voice.
No, no. So the voice is the puppeteer. So what happened
Oh, it is.
is,
Okay.
so originally they wanted to cast someone, from what I've heard.
Hmm.
But Ryan Gosling worked so closely with his puppeteer, where the puppeteer is basically his co-star, and then they're like, let's just use his voice. They've already developed this relationship. They're already working really well. So the puppeteer is actually the voice. So it's pretty cool how that worked out. And it
Yeah.
makes sense, right? Like you work with this freaking puppeteer, and actually there was multiple people actually doing the Rocky outfit, apparently. It was like several people, like they called them the Rockettes or something, like the Rockets in Radio City.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what happened. Like they had different intentions. But what if they didn't go with that path? What if they said, you know what, we don't want to use it, but which I thought was perfect. I thought this guy did a fantastic job, right? Because Rocky really makes a lot of the movie, right? I mean, like he's
Oh
a big reason
yeah.
why
He's
this
he's
movie's
the heart and
awesome.
soul of the movie.
So that's amazing the job he did because he's not really an actor per se. But I went to two different options, and
Okay.
these are not like me going out there really thinking hard. These are people who've done this before. One being Andy Serkis.
Yeah. Of
So,
course. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Sure.
he's very popular. He's done Gollum. He's done Caesar, but he's not always like the lovable person, right? He's kind of more of the villain.
Yeah.
But I still thought he could have pulled this off. Another
Yeah.
person was Alan. Is it Tudyk? He
Okay.
was
Oh yeah. Of course. Yes.
He's in Rogue One, so I would have picked him more because I think he could have been a more friendlier character. Could have given it some heart, could have gave it some like childish features to Rocky because Rocky was kind of like a child, even though he wasn't, right? Because
Yeah.
so like I could see him do really well in that role.
Yeah. Those are great choices. I think if we're going down that route, you have to mention probably the best puppeteer of all time. That would be Frank Oz, who has performed Yoda, performed
True,
Fozzie Bear. So you could have done that as well. If you want to
you
go,
could have.
you could have done that as well. Yeah. But I think they did the right thing with how they went.
They did. That was a fun segment,
That was really fun.
especially how we both picked JGL. So that was fun, Mike. We debuted our new segments. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully, our viewers enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, it was a blast. I think we're on to something here.
I need you to be more hyped. You sound like all right, good. And then what before we get into our verdict, which I think a lot of our viewers are excited to hear about, but they probably can guess what our verdict is going to be. Two quick announcements.
Ooh,
Sora, the app that we use to make our shorts, rest in peace. Today they announced it's going away.
is it going away immediately?
I don't know how soon,
Oh
but that's
man.
gonna have we're gonna have to rethink what we do with our weekly content.
I'm honestly not too upset about that because I personally wanted to move away from that.
Yeah, no, I'm not that upset about it either. It had some funny content. For some reason, it knows you better than me. Like it always makes me look different, which I get pissed about.
That is kind of weird.
It is weird. So that was one of the first ones. And what was the second one I was gonna say? Big announcement. Shit. Oh, everyone knows that one battle after another, one
Best
best
picture.
movie. Yep. So excited about that. Let's get into it. Let's go into our final verdict. After you, my good pal.
Okay, so I mean, I said this earlier. I think this is a generational film. I think this is a once in a generation movie. Like I think this is a movie that comes every 30 years or so. Like I'm thinking like Jurassic Park, right?
Wow,
I'm thinking
that's high praise.
I'm thinking like E.T. Like I'm thinking like the original Star Wars, right? That's how I feel about this movie. And I was originally thinking when I came out of this movie because before generational, it's like I'm thinking maybe it's once in a decade. So I'm thinking movies like, um, I don't know, like Top Gun Maverick, maybe.
Okay, that's a good
That's
example.
that's a good example. And this, I like this better. I think this is better than that. Even better. I love Top Gun Maverick. It's one of my favorite movies, my favorite recent movies. But I think this is just, I think it just exceeds it. Just the concept, the imagination, the performances, just all the emotions it makes you feel. Oh, I just, this is what I want out of movies. I want more movies like this.
It
And
had all the elements.
it had all the elements. I truly love to see it. It's 5 stars.
It's no surprise, right?
Yeah.
I think the way we've been talking about it, but I agree. This is a 5 star movie, Mike. This is like a 5 star frog splash. Now, saying it's generational, that's high praise. I don't know if I'm ready to get to that level, but I think it is. But you have to rewatch it, right?
Mhm.
Because a lot of times it's like recency bias. But I think rewatching this movie, you're gonna find elements that you missed the first time, that you
Well,
missed the second time, right? It's just gonna you're gonna pick up on something new every time you watch it, which I think what's gonna make this movie even more special.
yeah. So I hear what you're saying, and I get it, but I just, yeah, look, there have been a few. I won't deny it. There have been a few movies that have come out like in the past few years where there's certain movies you come out from where it's just like you feel really good. It's like, wow, that was an experience. Oppenheimer, that was a great one, right?
Yep.
Spider-Man No Way Home, that was great. Deadpool and Wolverine. As I mentioned before, Top Gun Maverick. It's just like you come out of the movie theater, just like you're smiling, and it's like this is why I go to the movies, right?
Hmm.
This movie is in that category for sure. So it's just like I don't know. I think it's definitely going to stand the test of time.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. At first, you might think it's because of recency bias. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
But I think it's not. I think when you go rewatch this movie, like I said, you're going to pick up on different things you missed. It's just going to keep hitting home because it really connects with the people watching the movie. That's the
yeah.
big one, right?
I'm
What
actually
else
going to
is
read.
new?
I plan on reading the book because
Oh,
I've
that's
heard
huge.
that there's so much that you
Yeah, you
know.
got to find out about the Grace Burgers if they exist or not.
I mean, I'm in. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I hope you're wrong about that. That'll disappoint me.
What? I mean, it makes sense though, in a sense. But one thing I wanted to add about this film, again, picking the puppeteer, I think was a tremendous home run.
Mhm.
Because when you have to work with a puppet, I've never been in that situation, but I think there's a lot of trust that has to be established, right? A lot of leap of faith, because again, you're not acting. I mean, there are actors, but you're working with a puppet. Like I can't imagine that being easy, right? So the fact that they were able to pull it off is what made this movie really special because
Yeah.
you kind of felt their bond. I imagine they really developed this bond. It went I think when it surpassed acting. I think like Rocky or the person that played Rocky, I think Ryan Gosling, I think they really made like a lifelong connection filming this movie.
Well, ultimately, when you think about it, is this movie is a buddy movie, right?
Yes, it
Between
is.
Grace and Rocky, the movie doesn't work without their relationship. So
It doesn't.
it's an essential component. The puppeteer is an essential component, and it was masterful. They pulled it off.
They sure did. And this is a movie that you shouldn't wait to see this on your TV.
No, you
Like
got to
for
go see
you,
it. You got to go see it.
and I think I mean, you give it a 5 stars, but you're gonna love it even more,
You
Mike.
gave it
When you,
5 as well, right?
I know, but I'm saying like you saw it in a shitty
Do we
classic.
do we want to use the Dave Meltzer scale where it's just like five is not the limit? Do we want to give this like 12 stars? Like
Yeah.
like all the stars, stars,
All
stars,
the stars. I
stars.
mean, if this is the Tokyo Dome, it'd be a
The
7 star
Tokyo
movie.
7 stars in the Tokyo
Tokyo
Dome.
Dome. But what I'm trying to say is, what was I trying to say? What were we just talking about? The stars. Oh,
I'm sorry.
no, no, I lost my train of thought. Uh, no, it's a magical movie.
It's
Oh, okay. I was saying, so you saw it in a classic
yeah,
theater.
yeah.
So this is a movie you should not watch at home. Go to the big three, not the 3D, the Dolby.
So
Yeah,
yes, so see it on the best screen that is in a reasonable distance from your home, right?
even
So
70 millimeter. Like I didn't do that. I heard it's
no, I've
fantastic.
heard it's fantastic. Um, if you can go see it on 70 millimeter, like
Take
definitely do
advantage
it.
of it.
But
I,
if you can't, like just if you have like I have a Limax, they call it Limax.
yeah.
like the small version of IMAX. I've heard it's fantastic, right? So just see it on that. If you can see it, that's what's available to you, see it on that. If Dolby is available to you, see it on that. If just like a modern AMC like laser standard laser screen is available to you, see it on that. It's
See it
just
in the theater. At
just
the end of the
fucking
day,
see it. Just fucking
see
see it.
yeah, see it in the theater. But I can't wait to hear your thoughts when you see it in an even better theater, Mike.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually, we have a lot of time now because maybe this is a good point to transition. Our next review is the
Super
Super Mario
Mario.
Galaxy movie, which comes
Yep.
out April 1st, which is a Wednesday, right?
Yep.
Our episodes, our reviews release on Wednesday.
They sure do.
So we decided this movie comes out on a Wednesday, and there's not really anything coming out this weekend. Let's make this our next movie. And we're going to go see it on April 1st. We're going to review it that day. I don't think we'll be able to post the review that day, but I'm gonna put it on Thursday. So we're gonna be a slightly different release schedule next week. And
Wait, Mike, even this movie, I mean, if you want, make this come out on Thursday, so the next one comes out Thursday.
we'll
We'll
see.
see. We'll see.
I'm gonna get to editing this.
Well, thank you for doing that. But
Yeah,
yeah, what a thrill ride.
yeah. I
Like I
mean,
said, I'll try. I couldn't think of the word. The mystery in the beginning of the movie that they had that slowly played out. Then you forgot about the mystery, and then it came back. I thought that execution was great. It had so many wonderful elements in this
there's
film.
so many funny scenes. Like when Rocky first comes on to Grace's ship. And like
Yes.
everything's a mess, and he's like
Oh, yeah.
he's kind of like making fun of him for being a Slav. It's like this dirty, dirty, dirty.
Dirty, dirty.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they did
Oh,
this movie justice at the end of the day, but like you're gonna get so much more out of this film. So go check it
yeah.
out.
So ultimately, Sid, if I had to just sum up my feelings
Yep.
about this movie, I think this is what it would be.
That's well played, Mike. I didn't even think about that.
All
Just quick,
right.
wait, just quick. So I know we're talking a lot. So in the movie, that's what Rocky or Grace tells Rocky, like, give a thumbs up if like we're good,
Yeah.
but he couldn't, so he gives a thumbs down. So
It
that's what
gives
they
a
use.
thumbs down. Yeah.
But
I think.
apparently, they couldn't do a thumbs up with the Rocketeer with the rock with the
Oh,
puppet.
really?
So that's why it ended up staying in the
All
movie.
right. So that's cool. Yeah, that's great. Awesome.
All righty, that was fun.
All right, so awesome. I mean, this is just, you gotta go. You guys gotta go see this movie. It's a truly love to see it. And thanks for tuning in. And next week we'll be bringing you our Super Mario Galaxy movie review.
Later.
Bye, guys.